Welcome back to Squawk Box. We've got a developing story to tell you about. It involves a Chinese company that we talk a lot about, Ant Group, and Chinese regulators apparently have now reached a restructuring plan that will turn Jack Ma's fintech giant into a financial holding company. We're going to go straight to Beijing. Eunice Yoon has the latest to help us understand what's happened here and maybe what the real implications are, because it's fascinating. Eunice.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Well, yeah, Ant is not commenting on that report that the fintech giant has reached an agreement with Chinese regulators to restructure its business. Now, the plan, reportedly, is that Ant is going to become a financial holding company, that all of its businesses, including its technologies, are going to go into that holding company, and that this could be officially announced as early as next week before the Lunar New Year holiday. Now, this would be a significant move for Ant, because, as you know, it's both founded and controlled by Alibaba's Jack Ma, but now it would come under much greater scrutiny of Chinese authorities. This would mean that Ant would be regulated much more like a financial institution and would be subject to capital requirements. Now, the backdrop of all this is that the regulators here have been ramping up their efforts to try to rein in not only the financial industry, but also the technology industry, and to make sure that they root out a lot of the risks. So this latest move, if this plan does happen, really is seen as probably just the first in many steps to try to overhaul the business and, from Beijing's perspective, make it much safer for Chinese people.
Eunice, in terms of what this means for Jack Ma's involvement, for the control that the company historically had over the business, does that change fundamentally? I mean, some of the headlines that I'm seeing is that effectively this will get put into a holding company that therefore has a whole group of regulators almost inside the holding company.
Yeah, that's right. It's still unclear because these are just reports that are coming out right now. But one of the big questions has been just how much access the Chinese government would have to the consumer credit data that is very important to Ant's business. So Jack Ma, as well as a lot of the other senior managers, have in the past pushed back on the regulators to get access to that consumer data, not only because it's really given Ant an edge compared to its rivals, but also because it could potentially be something that would, just give up Ant's business to some of its competitors. Now, what people have been concerned about here is that if Ant it does have to give up this data, that it could potentially lose some of its customers as well, as people lose faith that their privacy has been breached.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.